Welcome back to Ask a Foster Parent Anything. I'm smiling and laughing actually because I'm surrounded by construction. So I've been trying to do this video for quite some time, but as trucks go by or back up making that beeping sound, which you probably heard in some of my videos, I've started over. But this time I've decided to go forward. We're going to talk about advertisement. We're going to talk about advertisements for foster parents and how that contributes to perhaps to some of the problems that states may have in looking for quality foster parents. But before I go into talking about that, a quick lesson. There are two types of foster parents. There are foster parents who have their own state license, and then there are the foster parents who have a certificate to be foster parents, and they are generally with family foster agencies who actually hold the license. Both of those kinds of foster parents are required to go through the same initial training. However, there's some disparity between the kinds of training that, in some states, for the kind of trainings that foster parents receive who have their own state license, and then the kind of training that foster parents receive through FFAs. Family foster agencies are required to provide training to their foster parents. Now, each FFA is a little different, and some are theme-oriented, which is a good thing. I truly believe in that. And some FFAs are just simply overused, meaning that the initial concept of using family foster agencies were to put in the most difficult children so that those family foster agencies can provide guidance to those foster parents. And somehow or another that doesn't seem to be happening. But it brings me to the issue of recruitment. All too often, advertisement for foster parents will always have the word love in it. Open your heart to a loving child. Give your love to a child and a child's family. Very seldom do advertisements question, do you have the skills that it takes to be a foster parent? You will hardly. In fact, I've never seen that in an advertisement. And if there are some, please send them to me. I would like to pass them on to other agencies that seem to still think that we're dealing with 1950 orphans. But the bottom line is we are now dealing with kids who are born drug exposed, or FAS, fetal alcohol syndrome. They actually got drunk in the womb. And of course these kinds of things all affect the physical well-being of a child. We're dealing with kids with physical abuse and mental anguish is severe, and it requires people with skills, people who really truly understand and know how to deal with some of the kids who are coming into our homes, to deal with the hyperactivity, to deal with the fact that maybe they can't hold a thought for 5 minutes, the distractions, to deal with those kids who come into our homes who are trying to poison the fish tank or poison the dog, set the house on fire, or peeing in the middle of the living room. These are all very real things. And it takes more than love. It requires skills. It requires really true training to deal with that kind of behavior. It requires training for behavior modifications. It requires really good therapists who can help you work through some of the training. As I said in one of my other videos, we haven't really been giving these children the proper therapy that they need. Basically, therapists have just been another set of eyes. Philosophically speaking, there are those in child welfare who believe the more eyes on the child, or the more people involved in the child's life, the safer that child. I, on the other hand, do not believe that, and I know it's controversial. But as a foster parent, I can tell you that the more people involved in the child's life, the more conflicted that child becomes, because that child's not sure who to give their alliance or allegiance to, if you will. And it just makes sense. Some of the things in foster care, it's just really common sense. The solutions and the answers are just common sense. Let us try to have some advertisements that ask the question, do you have the skills? And sometimes you really don't know that you do until you do the work. But you've got to get the training, and you've got to have resources or be resourceful. Some people just have the innate ability. And some people actually do have the kind of love that's required in working with the kind of population that they have, because you have different types of foster parents. So you have the kinds of foster parents that just want to take care of babies and give babies a lot of love and nurturing, and they have the skills to do that. And part of the skill set is love and nurturing. And then you have the kind of foster parents who deal with HIV-impacted babies, children, and families. And somehow they have the resources and they have the skills to deal with that. That's a lot of doctor appointments, and that also requires love. So I guess what I'm saying is, love does play a part, but you've got to have the skills. Thank you for watching. Please bear with the noise.